The American Heart Association is providing more videos like this to raise awareness to combat the disparities when it comes to women and minorities receiving CPR. Joining me now is Mark McCullough. He's the Deputy Chief for West Des Moines EMS to talk about these disparities. I couldn't believe it when this email came into the newsroom, Mark. Tell us a little bit about this study and what it reveals.
Yep, I think we were all surprised by this. And the finding is that women are less likely to receive bystander CPR, something that we know can save lives.
So I'm reading just some of the bullet points from this, and the study was done in 2018. So it shows that basically the outcome of this is that men have a 23% higher odds of survival than women. And it's basically because the public is fearful about performing CPR on women.
That's what the American Heart Association has found. They found that men are about 45% likely to receive bystander CPR, and women only 39%. And when you look at the sheer numbers of cardiac arrest victims outside the hospital, it's estimated around 350,000 Americans every year. That's a significant number of people.
This extends to minorities. So the study also found that Black and Hispanic adults who experience cardiac arrest outside a hospital setting are also less likely than white peers to receive CPR.
Yeah, and there are likely many causative factors here, and some may be access to training or access to education. Iowa was one of the first states in the country to require CPR education to graduate high school. And that for that reason, we see quite a few people entering the workforce with some degree of training or some degree of education. And if there are populations who, for one reason or another, don't complete high school or never have the opportunity to go, those populations will be left out.
So tell me more about then what's being done to combat what this
Sure.
study shows.
Well, I think the first is things like this is let's bring this issue to light. Let's get this on the top of everybody's mind and talk about our fears. If we know that our fear is perhaps the accusation or, being accused of sexual assault or battery or injuring someone who requires CPR, let's get that out there and make sure people understand that fear, while it's a fear, is really not valid. And, people are protected by the Good Samaritan law, and that someone in cardiac arrest is already deceased and can only improve. You can't hurt that person.
Right.
So let's get that information out there.
And I think in the moment too, I've never been in this circumstance where I needed to administer CPR, but I have been certified for many, many years. And at the root of it, this is a simple thing to do to keep someone alive until more advanced medical care like you arrives on the scene.
Right. It is so easy. We've gone away. It used to be a little complicated, and I think people were scared. Do I do 30 compressions and then 2 breaths, or how does that work? And if I don't do it right, does that matter? Now we've really simplified this process. It's push hard, push fast, hands only CPR. That keeps a person viable so that when an AED is available, it can be applied as soon as possible. And then that person is viable at that point.
Okay, finally, if people are seeing this and thinking, gosh, I should take a class or a refresher course if I was once certified and I haven't been for a long time, how do people do that?
Sure. Use your favorite internet browser, go out there and look for American Heart Association. You can literally just search hands only CPR and find information and find videos. Like the one that was just published with female patients, and to normalize this and say that this happens to every population, and regardless of who they are or what they are, we can help.
Yep. All right. Mark McCullough from West Des Moines EMS, thanks so much for being with us today. Always a lot of great insight.
Thank you.